What if one of the most iconic locations in Warcraft history made a massive comeback? Not just as a dungeon, but as a full blown mega dungeon in World of Warcraft Midnight. Stratholme has always been a city marked by tragedy, corruption, and fire. And with Midnight diving headfirst into darker themes in The Return of the Void, I truly believe there's no better time for Blizzard to reimagine this place on a much larger scale. This is my theory, my vision of how Stratholme could return, and why it fits perfectly within the story Midnight is setting up. Geographically, Stratholme sits in the eastern Plaguelands, just southwest of Quel'Thalas. It was one of the last major human cities near the Elven borders, and it served as a critical point along Arthas' infamous march north from Warcraft 3. We've had major dungeons before, guys, like with Karazhan and Mechagon, but Stratholme, that's definitely an area that we can definitely explore again in the upcoming expansion. Stratholme could return as a max-level mega-dungeon with 8 or more bosses, a full reimagining that fuses the original live and dead sides that we know from WoW Classic and Cataclysm, but this time the city's rot runs deeper, twisted not only by the Scourge, but by the creeping influence of the Void, or even a resurrected cult seeking to bring the Scourge back into power. Each of the dungeon wings could showcase factions vying for control of the city as one theory. The live side, once under the control of the Scarlet Crusade, could be completely redesigned. Scarlet Zealots could return to the Cathedral District determined to reclaim what they see as holy ground, but in their desperation they've succumbed to the whispers they believe are divine, whispers that might be void in origin, which could tie into Midnight, guys. And here's another idea for the dungeon rework too. What about those Priory of the Sacred Flame guys from the War Within expansion in Hollowfall? What if they made their way to Stratholme believing the city holds, say, like some buried truth or a relic that could help them purge the void from Azeroth? Their presence could either clash or dangerously align with the Scarlet Crusade's ideology, could create a volatile holy war within the city, or what if they teamed up? Those are some ideas I have for the live side. Then there's the undead side, the colder, darker half of Stratholme. Here we could see the return of a Baron Rivendell-like boss, now warped by the Void. Maybe he's a high-ranking Death Knight, or something worse, a vessel for a maddening Void entity. Naturally, he'd drop another Death Charger's Reign type mount for us players to farm, because you can't remake Stratholme without that, guys. Also, this wing could echo with distant screams and pulsing necrotic energy, filled with stitched abominations, maybe even a reimagined patchwork boss, guys. And cultist constructs trying to merge classic Scourge necromancy with void worships, like a hybrid new cultist faction. So kind of like a crazier version of the Cult of the Damned. In this version, Stratholme isn't just a dungeon, it's a spiritual battleground. A decaying intersection of zealotry, madness, and legacy, where ancient ideologies, both living and undead, clash beneath the shadow of the Void. So that's my theory. A full-scale Stratholme Mega-Dungeon, rebuilt for modern WoW, tied deeply into the themes of the Midnight expansion. What do you guys think? Would you run a new Stratholme? What bosses or lore would you want to see? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more of my WoW content, and thanks for watching, and until next time, it's me, Mook.